Alright, so welcome back to Parker Automotive. Welcome to Parker Automotive. This is that '04 Nissan Maxima with a 3.5 motor in it. It's in, the car's running good and all that stuff, getting check engine lights. It had a VIAS sensor, which is like a variable timing. It's for, what this sensor does is when you give the vehicle vacuum, it actually actuates and it causes the intake manifold air runner, which is right here. It's got little flaps on the inside, the intake manifold, and when you're at high RPMs, it opens up so you get more pressure or vacuum inside the intake manifold, which makes it run better. Anyway, this is getting a NOx sensor code, which is up underneath the intake manifold, which, really I guess I should have changed it at the time, but no, that's the problem with buying a salvage motor. You go through it and rip the motor all the way down the bare block and then put everything from the other motor on it, because you are putting used parts onto a used motor that usually has the same amount of time. So 04, so that's 14 years. Anyway, so we get it straight. It's going to be hard to kind of notice it, but anyway, I'll try my best. My meter went bad. Now, on these vehicles, because the NOx sensor itself is up underneath, sometimes it's hard to get there. So on these, they actually give you a pigtail, a harness, which I saved the one from the old one so I can kind of show it. Let me just look in this camera. Alright, so we can kind of see it. This is the NOx sensor I'm going to put in. I actually saved it from the other car. All it is just a press pin, 2-pin connector. What happens is it comes up to another, these are shielded wires. You don't want a lot of interference with a NOx sensor, because it's doing basically what it states. It's checking for NOx, bangs, vibration. And I removed the loom that goes over top of it so I can kind of show you. So it comes across, then you have shielding at every position in which this harness, if it were in there, would be touching something else. So it's actually kind of like a vibration deadener. That coming up, you have one connector which goes to your bank 1 cam position sensor, which is, there's bank 1, bank 2. Bank 1 will be with cylinder 1, which is the rear bank on this one. The front bank is bank 2 because it's cylinder number 2. It's delegated through the cylinder, through the spark timer. This is the connector which goes on to the cam position sensor, and then it comes up to another connector which then connects into the the engine harness itself. That's basically, so if you do have to you have to remove the engine harness or the motor for whatever service, like on these, to do a timing chain, you pull the motor out. Well, then you wouldn't have to remove the intake manifold, because you could just disconnect this, and you can also disconnect the rear injectors and coils and leave them all attached, so you can just remove just the harness, so it's easy access to pull it out. That being said, I'm going to give you kind of a demonstration, because you're not going to be able to see down there. I won't be able to show you the correct way by myself. But if you were going to do a connection, you never want to bite into a wire, especially a wire that is shielded, because even if you tape it or you put liquid tape on there to kind of help it, you could lose it, and you also thin out the wire, which then builds more resistance, which can give you false information. So the best way to do it, these are actually hem tees for like seamstress that you can use paper clips too. Paper clips are a little bit thicker. These are perfect thickness. They don't widen anything. And what you're going to do is stick it into the back of the connector, the pigtail, the connector, which goes into the harness connection. You put them on either side. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to check for resistance on this knock sensor to see if it's working correctly. Now this is
I can't find no good. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't want the thing.
no, that's cool.
Just
Okay,
wanted to know
so
if you could look at the schematic real
if you
quick.
can do me a favor and look in there and tell me if I'm getting 5.6 yet. So tell me can you see inside of there and tell me if they can see this through the camera. I should probably bring you a stool. That's why I asked you.
You can.
You can see it? Okay, so the resistance in micro ohms is 570 on this vehicle. It should be between 500 and 600 milliohms. So this sensor that came off the old car is good. So we're going to remove this.
Real quick, pausing the video. Shop talk. Any idea for the schematic?
Yes.
Can't find with a fuel tank in it, but it's like around here. So
Right. So
does it look like it might be this
a bunch of different connectors, man. It's just kind of hard. It's the one, I think it's this one right here. It would be the one, I think it's this complete piece right
Okay,
here.
I'll price that out.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I'd have to take it out. They put, is this paused?
Nope.
All right, well, just give me 1 moment. Okay, so I looked up underneath there. Somebody jacked it all up. They took it out and put a new gas tank in or fuel pump in there.
And
I
they probably
believe.
messed up the line.
Right, and they probably messed up the line. So, okay. And what happened was, this is actually my Snap-on scanner for my Veris. But, and it's a shame, I wish I could show you, but right now, I can check using this one, like you see, I can check using my meter. Do I want to calibrate it? No, but I'll calibrate it later. So right now, I'm not connected, so it's an open. So, I got it off, I'm just gonna, for poops and giggles, as they say, I'm just gonna check and see what type of ohms I have on here. So, and you see I have 300 milliohms on this. So, this knock sensor is bad. And that kind of sucks because, technically I'm not responsible for it. This is 500 milliohms. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to zero this out real quick. And all you have to do is go back. That's one good thing about this scanner. I wish you could see in there. I don't have one. So we're going to do a resistance test. I'm going to check it. So it's at kiloohms or mega ohms. It's the same basically, just add on. We want to calibrate the scope. Just connect them together, zeroing it out. Same thing you do when you first turn it on. So I'm just going through here. And then I would like to pause, but I gotta rip all this off anyway. I already pretty much know, but I'm just giving a little bit of an indication. And you could use any digital multimeter. Okay, so we're zeroed out. Now, I'm gonna test the one that we already have off. Blink, blink. Bing, bong. Just like that here. Let's see what we got. So we got 560 milliohms. Okay, so now I'm gonna come off of that. I'm gonna check the one that's inside the car. At the harness point, which is right here, which here's the connector from our main harness. This is our harness that goes to the actual bank one, cam position sensor, and the knock sensor. So, wow, it's pretty high. It's 4 point, so it's 400,000. So this sensor is bad, and the sensor's bad. So we're gonna come out of here. I can actually, if I still had it connected up, I can pretty much do it on here. You can do this yourself. Let me just show you real quick. So number one would be, let me see, right here. So number one is my thicker, they're both brown. So come over here. It'll give me one reading on there and give me another here. So I'm going to go with the gray. And I'm going to connect this to here. This is basically what you would do in the car. You're just going to look for sounds. And I'm going to pull this up. I'll see if I can make the screen bigger. What am I doing, man? Man, it's been that long since I used it. There we go. Nice. Let's bring it up here a little bit. So you might be able to see that better. And you see my line right here is at 0, no noise, no movement. He's a little trusty. And then you see the motion we're getting on there. I'm gonna, okay, let me see if I can, if it's gotta be zoomed in, maybe. Ugh, here we go. I get somebody pulling up on my curb. No, it's gonna be too, you can, I know somebody out there knows how to zoom it in, so we're gonna go there. And you can see my line will just come. So it's a little bit bigger. I usually just use the wheel. But if you look at my line and the interference, there's kind of a lot of noise there, but you see. You see that? Boom. And this one really demonstrate with this little bar. And that's the one that's off the car. Now I'm going to, since we're still connected down here, I'm going to keep that up. And I'm collecting a lot of noise. Let me, because it's hard to see. Let's well, it just makes it easier for you to see. So here we go, knocking on. I'm not getting nothing whatsoever. Very minimal. Should be getting a lot on that. So anyway, that's an easy way to check it. I spent all this time, but I'm not very busy today. Kind of taking a break because I'm doing all this work at my house. And I'm tired. So anyway, there we go. I'm gonna turn this off. That's gonna be knock sensor testing. And then I'm gonna pull all this off and do a video on that. Thank you for watching Parker Automotive. God bless you and God bless America. Stay safe. This is the deal. This is what happens. Oh no, it's not on. Yeah. Oh yeah, I put it back on. Oh no, I never even paused it.